Hello and welcome to the course Statistical Data Analysis using MATLAB, a beginner's guide. My name is Dr. Vaibhav Hendre and I'm a course instructor for this course. I did my MTech and PhD in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering and presently working as Deputy Director and Professor at G.H. Raisoni College of Engineering and Management, an autonomous institute affiliated to Savitribai Phule, Pune University in India. Having 25 years of teaching and industry experience, my area of specialization is wireless communication. I have published more than 54 research articles in the various journals and having completed 8 research funding projects, 4 patents and guided 7 PhD students. I have delivered many specialized courses and which are mainly focusing related to the MATLAB domain. So MATLAB basics in programming, MATLAB data processing and visualization, MATLAB building graphical user interface, statistical data analysis using MATLAB, some courses in the domain of artificial intelligence, data analysis, AI for wireless communication, and many courses on the toolboxes and block sets of MATLAB in the domain of signal processing, image processing, digital communication, software defined radio, cognitive radio, statistical data analysis, and many more. In last 25 years, millions of students have taken the benefit of all these courses and enjoyed the learning of MATLAB. You will also find out my fundamental course on MATLAB, that is MATLAB Basics and Programming, an in-depth guide for the beginners on the Udemy platform. This is a course which will try to give you in-depth knowledge about the MATLAB Basics and Programming, and till date many students from 33 different countries across the globe have enjoyed this particular learning of the MATLAB Basics and Programming. Now, this course is basically focusing on statistical data analysis. So what is a statistical data analysis? Statistical data analysis is basically the process of collecting the large volumes of data. We understand the importance of data in today's life. Every process, it creates a large amount of data. So we need to collect these large volumes of data and then use some statistics and other data analysis techniques in order to identify the trends, the patterns and the insights from this particular data. So that is what the process of statistical data analysis. Now, why statistical data analysis is so important? Because every process, it generates certain data, and if we carried out the data analysis, what it help us to improve the decision making capability related to the data. Because by doing the statistical data analysis, we'll come to know the trends of the data. We can predict certain values, certain trends from that particular data, and it help us to make our decision process an improved one. Again, it can also give us a better customer service, because by doing the statistical data analysis, we can understand the need of the customers. We can do the evaluation of what types of data that the customer required, and accordingly we can provide the better customer service to the customers. The statistical data analysis also improves the efficient operations into your working environments. So in the working environments, we define so many processes, and every process, it generates a large amount of data. If we do a statistical data analysis, it helps us to make all the operations in our process more efficient. It also helps us for effective marketing, and we can understand the companies such as Amazon, Flipkart, they are using this statistical data analysis techniques in order to make the effective marketing of their products. So that is why the statistical data analysis is so much importance. These are some of the typical applications that you will find out the statistical data analysis: healthcare application, manufacturing domain application, the retail business application, finance application, banking application, the logistic applications, and the smart city planning and the applications related to the civil engineering domain. So these are some typical applications. and you will find out in detail how the statistical data analysis is used in these applications in the next lecture. These are just some highlighted applications, but nowadays you will find out that almost every application of your life, they require the process of statistical data analysis. Now, this course is designed for those who are beginners and who have never programmed in their life, or if you know some fundamental processes of programming, and if you know some basic MATLAB, and if you want to level up your skills, this particular course is designed for such students. Second important task that what we would like to achieve through this course is that if you want to develop your career as data analyst, then this is the basic course which will help you to understand the basic steps in the process of becoming a data analyst. If you are working in the domain of science, engineering, and even the commerce field, you need to understand the concepts of statistical data analysis, and this course will try to provide the hands-on practice on all the concepts of statistical data analysis using MATLAB. So this is a brief outline of the course. This course is divided into 6 sections, and the first section is focusing on understanding the MATLAB fundamentals. To begin with, if you do not know anything from the MATLAB, this section will help you or will give you the basic concepts from the MATLAB, its environment, and how to use MATLAB as a programming language. In section 2, we will try to understand the fundamentals of statistical data analysis, where you will understand the step-by-step approach to carry out the statistical data analysis and how we can move from the raw data towards the processed data, pre-processed data, processed data, and then towards the decision capability or making the decisions from your data. So all that steps we will explore in this section 2. Section 3, we will actually start our statistical data analysis process with the first process, that is called as data pre-processing, a step-by-step approach we will do for data pre-processing. Now what it involves, we will learn how to load the data sets into the MATLAB environment. Your data set could be present in the Microsoft Word file, Excel file, or a typical data sets, large volumes of data sets, how we can load them inside the MATLAB environment, how to find out the missing data, how to define the outliers, how to represent that outliers visually on the data sets, and then how to carry out the smoothing and the filtering operations on that data sets so that I'll get my pre-processed data sets ready for the further statistical data analysis. Then in step number 4, our focus is to understand the data summary statistics, where we will understand how to do the statistical calculations on the data and how to represent them on the visualization tool of the data summary statistics. So we'll understand finding out the mean value, the standard deviations, the moving average, and all that concepts related to the statistics we will try to understand in section number 4. Section number 5 is the most important tool, where the data analysis, we can understand the data by visualizing that particular data. So data visualization in MATLAB we will carry out in section number 5, and in this data visualization we will try to visualize the basic data in the graph form, in the curve form, then representation of data in the horizontal bar graph, vertical bar graphs, representation of data in the pie chart, in the 3-dimensional pie chart, or even the 3-dimensional data visualization, such as visualization of data in terms of mesh, visualization of data in terms of contour diagram, or visualization of surface plot with the help of some MATLAB functions, the shading effects on the surface plot, or the color map lightening effects on the surface plot, that we'll understand in the data visualization part. The basic data visualization, which includes the representation of data in terms of box plots, in terms of scatter plots. If you have multiple data sets, then representing your data in terms of group scatter plots and the Andrew plots. All these types of data visualization, we will try to understand their importance, their applications, and how to carry out this data visualization in MATLAB in this section number 5. Section number 6 is focusing on statistical data modeling. So we have done data pre-processing, we have done summarization of the statistics, we have done the data visualization, and then the sixth part is the statistical data modeling, where we will learn the process of linear regression and how we can fit a data set towards by using the process of linear regression. We will also learn the concepts of polynomial regression and the higher orders of polynomials, how we can use them for curve fitting of a typical data sets. We'll also understand the modeling of the time series data and the concepts of statistical data modeling applied for typical time series data, and we will work on some data sets here in this section for statistical data modeling. So all these 6 sections will try to give you the insight about the statistical data analysis. Once we learn all these concepts, we will also cover some projects in this particular course, and our first project on statistical data analysis is based upon the statistical data summary and the visualization of time series data sets, where we will take a wind speed data sets and we will try to make the statistical data summary and the visualization of this data set. So this is what the visualization of the data set, and then we will find out the statistical data like mean value, the standard deviation, the moving mean, and we will try to represent them graphically for the data set that we have used here in the part 1 of the MATLAB project 1. We'll also try to visualize this data in 2 y-axis form. In the part 2, we will try to understand the 3-dimensional visualization of wind flow data, and we'll assume that the wind is flowing through a rectangular cube and how we can visualize this wind flow diagram in 3-dimensional visualization. So we could make a contour plot in the 3-dimensional visualization. We can have a streamline plot which will show the direction of the wind flow through this particular cube, or we can visualize the 3-dimensional velocity slices as well as the stream tube kind of view. So all the aspects related to the 3-dimensional visualization of data that we can learn in MATLAB project 1. We will also do a detailed project, MATLAB project 2, which will focusing on the real-time data. So we'll do the statistical data analysis of COVID-19 data from United States of America, and we'll use a real-time data sets from a GitHub website for the statistical data analysis. What we'll do in this project is we will do first the data preparation and visualization of the data for COVID-19 confirmed cases and the death rate in the horizontal bar graph. Then we will try to find out the moving average for this confirmed cases and the death rate for COVID-19 cases for a typical state of America. In the second part, we will do the data pre-processing, where we'll try to find out the missing values, and we will learn the different methods for filling the missing values, the methods such as previous method, the linear method, or the spline regression method for replacing the missing values, that we will try to understand along with the visualization technique. And in part 3, we'll do the statistical data modeling for this COVID-19 data sets, where we'll try to fit the polynomial curve of order 1, 2, 3 and 4 for our data, and then the curve fitting for polynomial regression, exponential curve fitting and the spline regression. All these curve fittings we will learn in the statistical data modeling in the part 3. And in the part 4, we will understand how we can do the animations of our data, and we will try to understand this sort of data animation, which will try to show me the progress in the COVID-19 confirmed cases day wise, and will give me an entire summary of that particular animated data. So this is all we will try to understand the entire concepts of statistical data analysis by carrying out 2 live projects on the live data. So to summarize, this course includes 10 hours on-demand video, 5 practice exercises, 8 quizzes, 2 application-based projects, and a lots of hands-on practice. So while you are waiting for, if you want to start your journey as a data analyst, you can join this course on statistical data analysis using MATLAB, a beginner's guide. I'm eagerly waiting for you to join this course and enjoy the learning of statistical data analysis using MATLAB.